The township requires that trees at certain spacing, at certain distances, we're required to plant them. If you don't want them, we could apply for relief from planting them. That's something that can be done. It's obviously a dialogue that can continue. Sure.
Is furniture being repurposed or brand new? You said both of them. Well, I did, but they were responsive to two different questions. The furniture in the new buildings is brand new. Will be brand new. The repurposing was in response to furniture that currently is in our existing 9 elementaries. We will look to repurpose that if possible. If not, we will sell. Why is there a funding deficit and no budget overrun at the same time? I'm not sure I understand, but I'll try and respond. The appropriations for these projects have not been extended or exceeded. And they are currently under budget. Is that a fair comment? Okay, thank you.
What?
Under budget, on budget, and over budget at the same time. How is that a possibility?
What
and on budget?
is the anticipated tax increase for 5 to 10 years? Although we have 5 to 10 year financial projections, the district, my tenure here, has never committed to a tax increase until that has been determined to be the last possible resort to maintain quality programs.
5 years in a row. Every year. You start with that. 5 years in a row.
And opportunities for our children, which impacts the community positively. If you'll recall, the Commonwealth disinvestment in public education has railed this district among others. This board made a conscientious commitment to maintain quality programming for your children. Last resort.
That time my son only has math homework every night, right?
What you consider state-of-the-art schools. You saw what they look like. They are different than the environments that we expose our children to currently.
It's not state-of-the-art.
I want to take a minute to commend our maintenance staff in their cleanliness and what I think is the maximum functionality of our existing elementary buildings. They do a great job, our teachers do a wonderful job, and our kids are absolutely outstanding. They manage, they persevere, but they endure challenges that they will not have to endure in these new buildings. The technology will be outstanding, and as I mentioned earlier, it is a huge component of the teaching and learning process currently. We provide what we are challenged to provide. Those challenges will be mitigated and all but eliminated in these new buildings. How much has been borrowed to date for these schools in total? $122 million. How will it be decided which teachers, support staff, paraprofessionals, aides, principals are retained in new schools? It is the district's desire to keep community's whole and relationships current. So if there is a difference in staffing, that process is governed by school code and contract. So not an issue next year. Emerson stays with Emerson students. Buchanan staff stays with Buchanan students, and so on. Next year, we will develop staffing patterns to maintain those relationships, not just between students and teachers, but students and families. And very, very aware and sensitive to the fact that some of those relationships last and have lasted and have benefited everybody. Most importantly, children for decades. Will there be a full-time nurse in the school? Yes, we expect there to be at least one, most likely two.
You expect or there will be?
Yeah, one will be a CSN and one will be a staff nurse.
Right now, they're rotating. I had somebody try to do my brother.
When will the work begin in Franklin or Armstrong? And what is the projected timeline for the work to be completed? That's another good question. That has been undetermined. All the middle school work and that portion of our master facilities plan is predicated on the elementary school completion in that timeline. So once we get into the transition, we'll begin in earnest to look at that component of our master facilities plan. Okay, yeah, thank you. When will you know what's going on with the old buildings after the schools are empty? That is a work in progress. That is current. We have partnered with the Bucks County Redevelopment Authority to assist us in repurposing not only the buildings and the sites. We are blessed through the participation of 22 community members that meet the second Wednesday of every month upstairs. So, and I see some of our community members here present. Thank you for your participation and contributions. So it is a work in progress. If you are interested, it's on our district website calendar, the second Wednesday of every month, upstairs in the boardroom. The repurposing committee, yeah. Okay.
Okay, with the yellow highlights on the Buchanan slide, will the parking and bus area be ready in January, or will the temporary parking be ready? No, everything in yellow will be ready in January on that slide. And the Emerson slide was the same thing. Everything in yellow will be ready in January. Will there be windows to open if air conditioning? No, there are operable windows in all the classrooms. Right?
Wait, what is the tent parking then? Why do you need tent if everything's going to be done?
No, the yellow, that whole front area, see what it says, demo? Word demo? That's the new parking lots when we get the building torn down.
Okay, go back to the tent parking.
Oh, okay. And then go back to the trouble already. I'm going to hit the wrong button. Nice. Yes. Which one? The far left parking lot.
And when is that? From the start of school year, September?
No, you don't need that parking lot till January.
So if everything will stay as is.
Right. Correct. Sorry for the sideboard, but I put this paperwork to it. All right, you're going to have new security in place in case the children accidentally going on a site that they should not be on. And the secondary question that's very similar was, what security system will be in place in the schools? Students, teachers, staff have badges to enter schools. There are security systems in the project, a couple of different styles. The district is not ready to talk about. They're working through that process now. That's a board level system. We have the backbone, as it were, for multiple types of security systems in place in the project.
The security site one was actually for the computers. Like if the kids accidentally go onto a site that they're not supposed to go
Oh,
on.
website, I don't know anything about that.
How they had pop-ups and block-ups.
I'm sorry?
How they had pop-ups and block-ups and things that I don't want my kids on.
Right. Well, we are presently required by federal law to be CISA compliant, which means that we have to have web filtering protocols in place. We've had that since we brought the internet into the district. We use a very robust system, and if a student is accessing inappropriate material, the teacher can tell us, we can pull logs, and we can make sure that site is blocked in the future.
So it's a reaction, it's not actually stopping my kids from doing something.
They can't get into the second.
What is the status of state reimbursement of PlanCon money? We are PlanCon approved for both the Emerson, all three sites, and we're through PlanCon H and eligible for reimbursement. It's we need some help from Harrisburg, to be quite honest with you. So we're in, and the last two budget seasons, the legislature appropriated additional PlanCon money. There's money in the budget now, the governor proposed budget, and there's also PlanCon reform legislation on the table. So a lot of conversations and hopefully positive development between now and June. Will $122 million be enough? I'll answer that first, and I'll take the ancillary question second. We don't know. The initial capital appropriation of $122 million was predicated on cost estimates to build 3 identical schools bid at the exact same time. We were not able to bid all 3 at the same time, hence the Divine site is will cost approximately $3 million more than the Canyon and Emerson sites.
But you're not over budget.
He said he was under budget.
But he said he was.
So they're under budget and over budget at the same time.
Another 10 million.
And $10 million
Why
budget.
did this project go to referendum? It was the
Don't answer my
district's
question. It's okay. I
decision
don't need answers.
in 2012 to embark on this master facility
Welcome
plan,
to Salem.
subsequent to an exhaustive, robust study done at district request to address aging, challenging, costly facilities, and quite frankly, they provided less than adequate service to our children. It was the best decision that the district could have made, in addition to a growing school-age population. Autistic support classes and other classes for disabilities. Will they go to Emerson? Since Barton has them currently. The autistic support will be at the Emerson site, yes. What's going to be done in very outfit classrooms? With basic supplies, paper, books. We make, and not aware that we were challenged along these lines. I will look into it.
You can look over when you talk this way, Mr. Evans.
What will the student to aid ratio be in the playground area at the new schools? Presently, it's too high with only 1/3 of the kids.
Humorous, right, Don?
And that's a fair question also. We, as a matter of dedicated practice, always look at our staffing patterns.
I'm not trying to.
Always.
I just
Do
question
our best
professionalism.
to make sure our students are properly supervised. So, yes, you will have 3 times the amount of children at any one building than you do at our current sites. But you also have aides and monitors that will transfer from those locations to supervise our students during non-teaching time.